Go.
Do you remember what you got for your birthday as a little kid? I do. Got those sky dancers that were little fairies that flew when you pulled a string, some Polly Pockets, even a Pocahontas birthday cake, which were all gifts that were mostly for girls. Ever since I was born, I was sorted into the girls category, so I wouldn't be confused as a boy. It was clear from my long red hair, my wonderful outfits that consisted of purple shirts, red leggings, floral shoes, and lace-trimmed socks. Ever since I was young, I learned to identify and portray myself as a girl. But what if that didn't happen? What if my parents raised me to identify as neither a boy nor a girl? The argument of gender roles has always been a big topic for scholars. Some say it's because of biological differences that gender is the reason for gender, and some say that gender is socially constructed. There's really hasn't been much of an interest for everyday people, unless you're interested in feminist things, until recently, because 3 years ago, a Swedish couple gave birth to their first child, and they decided to not reveal its gender, and they named it Pop. This decision caused a really big reaction globally. The parents' decision came from the feminist belief that gender is socially constructed and not from biological differences. When Pop was born, they decided to not reveal its gender to anyone except for, of course, the doctors and people that would change its diaper. Pop is given a variety of clothing from dresses to pants and is allowed to choose its own outfit every day. They even change its hairstyle frequently between male and female styles. The parents wanted to avoid Pop being treated in a certain way because of its sex, and Pop's mother said, "It's cruel to bring a child into the world with a blue or pink stamp on their forehead." Although this was pure in intention, some people believe this is not the right way to raise a child. Susan Pinker is a psychologist and thinks that this is a wrong way to prove a point to society. She thinks this will lead to rebellious behavior and psychosomatic illness, which is when illness is caused by emotions or something in your head and will have physical symptoms. Not only does she think it's morally wrong, but she just doesn't think it'll work. She thinks that since children are so curious that the gender won't remain secret, and also because some people believe in the second trimester, hormones in the brain alter the behavior of people based on sex. And of course, the parents aren't the only ones who believe this is a good idea. Christina Henkel is a gender equality consultant, and she thinks this will lead to a better life for Pop, because sex can affect the way that a person is treated and affect the expectations for the child. And if they are treated in a certain way, stereotypes will be created, which will limit the child. And theoretically, if the child has no gender, there will be no stereotypes to hold it back and will make a stronger child. Henkel said, "If you give them no gender, they will see more as a human and not stereotyped as a boy or a girl." But this hasn't been done before, so no one really knows what will happen, if this will be positive or negative for Pop. Anna Nordstrom is a pediatric endocrinologist, and she doesn't know how it will affect Pop, but it will, in fact, affect Pop, of course. We don't really know what affects gender, but sexual identity, gender-typical behavior, and sexual preference does play a role, and possibly even hormone and other influences would affect it. Nordstrom says that Pop will have a lot of attention, especially when entering school, but it will make Pop special, but not necessarily in a harmful way. In the end, no one really knows how this will affect Pop, but we just have to see how it plays out. Pop's parents say that they will reveal Pop's gender when Pop thinks it's right, but they're not stopping here because they have another child on the way, and they are not revealing its gender as well. But the real questions are, what are the short-term and long-term effects on Pop going to be? Will this actually work, and can the rebellion of social norms actually change people's conception of gender?